Hey everybody, it's me, Lila, Gma Rides, and I wanted to show you this book or not really a book, but a book set that I created off of Teachable, utilizing classes from Nick the Booksmith. As you may or may not recall, she is one of my favorite people. The book itself is just an outside shell that I'm showing you right now. It's hardboard cover with paper that I've distressed accordingly. I painted this to match. It's just some pillowcase material actually, and I did a stencil on it. There's just a little bit of thread over there. I'll mess with getting that off later. To cover the margin, I put a little bit of lace there. The spine is really sturdy, and as you can tell, it's curved. It's about 2¼ inches all told. Isn't this cute? This is another little thing I made. It's a little needle case. But anyway, back to my book. The book has a tie closure with some little ribbon that I had on hand. For the sake of expediency, I didn't want to have to untie a tie. Wow, I'm really eloquent today, aren't I? But anyway, if you open this up, the inside cover has some fabric panels in it. The front cover of the book is gilded with gold, and it has this really nice deep envelope in it, and it is stuffed with a whole bunch of goodies. I didn't know what they would want on the cover of this book, so I just attached a few things that someone could glue on at their leisure or discretion. That's if you have discretion. I don't really have a lot of discretion. But anyway, it also has this detachable day book that goes in it. It's a small junk journal type thing, and it has matching fabric on its self spine and some lace to cover up the stitching because it's just the inside signatures are just stitched to the book. Again, using Nick's Teachable class, I printed this off. I distressed it, I assembled it, and all the things. Added that on because I thought it was pretty. This is some 12 by 12 paper that I distressed a little bit more, because who doesn't need some more distressed on their paper? This is from, again, Nick the Booksmith on Etsy. A lot of these pages, though, are things I've gutted old books for, or just regular typing paper, and I have dyed it and stenciled it and used some inks that I've created with old felt pens. It's a lot of fun. The things I do when it's raining out, huh? But anyway, there are 6 signatures in this little book, and I can't remember if I mentioned or not, but it unties at the top here so that it doesn't fall out, or you can actually untie it if you want to take it out. There's ledger papers and that kind of stuff in here. Everything has a real vintagey, been around a million years type of a feel to it. Again, Nick the Booksmith. Go check her out, folks. If you like creative stuff, she has a lot of cool kits on Etsy. And if you want to make books in the style that I've been doing, you could go to her Teachable class. She has a lot of neat offerings there. I put some lace on the spine of this big back book because I thought it looked cool. And this thing, look at this. You'd think that's just a piece of wood, huh? Well, it's not. I constructed this myself. It's made out of some kind of wood. It's that lightweight craft wood. But anyway, I wanted it to have a really rustic look. So I used some twill tape, and yes, that is a word. Twill tape after I painted this with a 50-50 paint and water mixture. I gave it a couple of coats so that it wouldn't look too funky. And then I sort of decoupaged and made it look like somebody had been carting it around for a long time. And I just added some little cool things. Yep. And there's this. I made this book a long time ago, but who doesn't need an Alice in Wonderland book, huh? I think these are kind of pretty. I got these from Pam at the Paper Outpost on Etsy. And then I took some watercolor pencils and I colored them. Yeah, I know, I'm so artistic, aren't I? Isn't that pretty, though? I thought they turned out really neat. And I put some little scraps and bits of stuff in here. And the recipient likes flowers, so I put some flower seeds in that I harvested from my garden, and I put a little label underneath. And I created this out of some Fimo clay, let it dry, and then I colored it. It's just a little, well, you can see it's a little butterfly. Isn't it cute? I've been out in the garden today. Sorry, my hands are kind of grubby. Anyway, so there's that. Sounds like somebody's being murdered on TV, but I think it's Biker Babe Beth. She cracks me up. And there's some other little bits and bobs in here, and I have a pencil somewhere. Oh yeah, hang on. Let me grab the pencil. I want to put it in here before I forget about it. Yep. And there's some watercolor pencils, and again, I wanted to make sure that it looked, you know, kind of like loved and worn, so I put some little bits of paper in here to make the edges look a little cool. I'll put that back together pretty in just a minute here. But this box is secured onto the back cover of the book, and then the book, of course, closes, as books do. And the closure on the box is just a little pearl bead with a little ribbon loop. And that's the back of the ribbon to tie the whole shebang together. And can you guess who's getting this for her birthday? Maybe you do, maybe you don't know. Anyway, this is the prototype. If you're the person that lives here in Tacoma, this isn't yours. So don't, well, she doesn't watch my videos anyway, so I'm not worried about that. But anyway, I hope the person in Florida that gets this book enjoys it.